Okay, guys, so I'm going to dive right into it. So, Brandon Franklin, he's a lifter I've known for over a decade, honestly. We go way back. He made a post where he was talking about how he posted his test levels on his Instagram. I will put a screenshot of this up. He posted his test levels with the caption, "I hope my heart is appreciating me being natty, but nothing else on me enjoys it." Now, his total test level was 157 nanograms per deciliter, free test 5.1, and the responses are hilarious because everyone's basically saying like, why are you on why are you living with low test levels? Why don't you go on TRT? What are you doing? It's not good for you to have low test levels. And he basically literally explains, I'm going to show this. He explains, let's get to it. I already have heart disease. Being on was part of my problem. That's one response. And there's like a million people telling him to go on TRT. And he says, it might be bad for my heart, but the exogenous test was part of my problem hurting my heart. I plan to TRT eventually, but I don't want to die. I was about to die. And there's more. I mean, this is just... Let's see some of his other responses. I'm not going to inject anything in me for now to be safe since I'm in congestive heart failure currently, LOL. Now, the thing you got to understand, let's look up. I don't know exactly how old Brandon is. He is... So let's figure out his age. So he competed this year and he's 34 years old. So he's 34 years old in heart failure, and we got a bunch of people telling him to go on TRT when we don't know anything that happened. We don't know the cause. And this is the weak-minded thing I'm talking about. This is weak-minded, guys. I have nothing against TRT. I haven't been opposed to it at all. I've said maybe I'll go on TRT down the road. You never know. I keep that on the table as a possible option down the line. We don't know. I don't know if he was doing doctor administrated TRT where his levels were staying within a normal range, or if he was going what people call TRT, a high TRT dose where their test levels are 1,000 plus, 1,500 plus. I don't know. But it's so comical that everyone's like, go on TRT, because this is the exact same stuff they told me. Everybody was constantly telling me, they're like, you need to go on TRT. Your hormones are never going to recover. There's no other choice. You're unhealthy as it is. And it's funny because if I listened to them, where would I be? I'd be back on TRT and I'd probably be strong. But at the same time, I waited it out. I went down the hard road. I took the tough path and waited it out. And 2.5 years later, my testosterone has rebounded. So it's ridiculous for people to act like this is a death sentence to not go on TRT. I literally have shown that it's possible. 2.5 years, everything bounced back, 500 nanograms per deciliter. I can feel my test levels increasing all the time. So that test where I got the 500 nanograms per deciliter was in April. And here we are about a month, 6 weeks later, and I feel like my test levels are even higher. I feel super aggressive, like I said in the last video, ready to just smash every one of my goals. Like the drive is unreal as far as how I feel. So it kind of gets at me when people just say like, oh, you have to go on TRT, like that's the only option. It's not. And I have plenty of clients on TRT, so I don't hate on TRT. I think it has its place. But when a 34-year-old is in heart failure and everyone's saying that that's what he has to worry about, are you freaking kidding me right now? And I guess it wasn't necessarily clear from the post initially that he was in heart failure, so I have to defend some of the takes in the comments with that caveat. But we got to really look at our priorities here. Is it worth prioritizing our test levels when we're in heart failure? I mean, you can rebound from this stuff. I've shown that. So I think we are often too simple and weak-minded to say we automatically need TRT. Your hormones can rebound, especially at age 34, coming off. Maybe guys in their 40s, maybe 50s, sure, TRT. I get it. I'm not hating on TRT. This is not an anti-TRT rant. But for people to just come out and say that's the only solution all the time, that kind of riles me up. I'm not going to lie. Because here he is, 34 years old. He cycled many years like I did. And now he just wants to be healthy. He doesn't want to die. That's at the end of the day. That's why I'm trying to be healthier, guys. I don't want to die. I want to be as healthy as possible, live a healthy life. You know what makes you healthier? Being lighter. The burden of carrying around extra weight will shorten your lifespan. This has been proven. So it doesn't matter if it's muscle or fat. It will shorten your lifespan. It will cause more strain on your heart. Your blood pressure will go up, all this sort of stuff. So yes, I want to be in a range where I'm around, 200 pounds eventually, very lean, with very little stress on my body, with tons of cardiovascular exercise, balancing cardio and training. Like, this is the route you got to go. This is the route to go as you get older. Now, I understand being in your 20s and being a little more reckless and kind of going for it. I did it. That's why I can't hate on anyone. I can't hate on anyone taking TRT. I can't hate on anyone taking steroids. I can't hate on any of that, and I'm not. Do I condone steroid use? No, but I did it. I did it just like everybody else, blasted, all that kind of stuff. I did that. So I am not like trying to be a moral supremacist, or I'm not trying to be a hypocrite. I'm literally just cautioning people and saying there are other ways. That was the whole point of this. The experiment after I came off to have a kid, and we successfully did that, we're not trying to have any more kids. So, why should I go on TRT? No. Because the experiment after that was a health experiment. It was an experiment to see if I could rebound after 9 years of use. It was an experiment to pave another route for other guys to be able to do this. For other guys to say there's hope. It might be hard. It might be a long road. It might be a tough road. But I can rebound. I can come back. And that's what this was all about. This was all about proving that there's more to life after you're done cycling, after you're done with powerlifting, after all of that. There's more there. The goals don't stop. The pursuit doesn't stop. There's other things. You can still lift. You can still go for heavy weights. That's what I'm trying to do. You can still hit good bench numbers, good deadlift numbers. You can still do other stuff. You can find other pursuits. The half marathon goal, the 140 half marathon. That's going to be hard as heck for me. I'm not a runner. I am not used to running. It doesn't come naturally to me. I'm not super fast. But that's a goal where I'm like, that'll make me healthier. It'll keep my body weight in a good range. My body fat will be super low. It's very productive. And it's like I can balance that with the lifting. So there's other stuff out there. I have even bigger goals than that. Goals that I don't want to talk about now because they're so serious that you guys would laugh at me and wouldn't believe me. But these goals will come out later on down the road, but it's not time now. It's just not time to disclose them. But there's more to life after you've done cycling, after the cycles, after the heavy weights, after your powerlifting career is over. You don't have to keep blasting. You don't have to be 250 pounds. You don't have to have high blood pressure. You don't have to have sleep apnea. You don't have to have any of this. You can pivot to other things. That's the point. So it's a cop-out for everyone to be like, just go on TRT. You don't have to do that. There's other roads. You can balance it. I ran into a guy the other day, Robert at Kroger, that he's from Knoxville, and he was like telling me he's on the exact same path. He's leaning out, getting lighter. He's still lifting heavy. He just smashed like a 500-pound squat, 345 bench, and 585 deadlift at like 225 body weight. And he's out there putting in 40-mile weeks as well. There's guys out there like us. You can do this. You can channel the lifting and still be in shape and still be healthy. That's one of the things too. Getting lighter, you get rid of the sleep apnea like I talked about in the last video. Your blood pressure goes into a good range. Your resting heart rate goes down. Mine's 42 beats per minute is my resting heart rate. You just become healthier overall. Your blood work gets way better. I'm fired up. I'm stammering because I'm so fired up. But like, your insulin levels become great. You become as insulin sensitive as possible. Your lipids get much better. Your inflammation goes way down. Systemic inflammation, C-reactive protein, all this stuff. So there's life outside of this. There is the dip when you come off. Yes, your hormones will be tanked for a while. I PCT'd post-psychotherapy, Clomid, Nolvadex, HCG, and HMG, and it took me 2.5 years basically to come back. But it can be done, and there's good stuff at the end. There's a light at the end of the tunnel. There's a good road. So I'm fired up about it. I feel great. I think my test level is like 550 now, to be honest, based on how I feel. The drive is insane compared to what it was. So, yes. And the other thing, you lean out. The other thing is you lean out and you get lighter, your body works more efficiently. Your thyroid functions more efficiently. Your testosterone levels probably go up from having less body fat, all this sort of stuff. So it's like, I'm just trying to tell you guys, don't cop out. Don't wimp out and be like, okay, I have to take TRT, or you have to have any crutch. I don't care what the crutch is. You don't need the freaking crutch. You guys think you need a crutch. You don't need a crutch. You can get by without things, okay? I mean, we all have vices. We all have crutches. My vice now is probably only like apple pie milk and food and pizza, but we all have this stuff, okay? But you don't need it. You really don't need it. Push yourself this year. Push yourself to be better. You should try to be better. Try to live healthier. Try to live longer. That needs to be the pursuit. Okay? So I caution against this mindset of like, I need something. And you don't. And Brandon, I'm going to be interested to hear his story, because this is what we're talking about. There are consequences to PED use. Stuff like that, it's not without consequence. I don't know what my heart looks like. I need to get a clearly scan done to see the plaque buildup, and see what actually is going on in there. I need to get that done, which the clearly scan's like a way more intensive CT scan, shows everything really well. So it's like $1,000, but I want to get that done at some point to see what's going on in here. But anyway, like, I'm almost overcompensating now with my lifestyle because I want to mitigate the damage I did. I want to be as healthy as I can be, because I didn't live healthily in a healthy manner for a long time. But guys, this is just, you can have it all. You can have your health. You can have strength. You can have a lean body. You can have everything. You can push for it. Push for it. Don't make excuses. What are we making excuses for? But I'm going to have Brandon on. I'm going to do a podcast with him. I'm going to ask him, see if he wants to come on, where he can talk about all this, and we will get a better picture of what's going on. But, you know, nobody else needs to die from steroids. And the thing is, okay, everyone says, well, steroids don't directly kill you, but all the heart issues that these bodybuilders have died from in recent years, that's from steroids, folks. That's from growth hormone. That's from insulin. So, like I said, I'd be a hypocrite. I pushed it hard too, but I knew when to back down. I knew when to stop. I knew when to call it. I figured it out before it was too late. Some people need to figure it out before it's too late. Okay? That's all I'm saying. That's the point of this video. If you guys like this kind of content, just, you know, comment, subscribe, all the things. And I'm going to have some other stuff in here, training footage as well coming up. But this was the main point of the video I want to get across. Thanks, guys.